I am so excited about giving out the award for advocacy for our fabulous Champion of Hope. We had over 200 nominations. We're looking for individuals who are innovating and moving beyond the status quo. And Jill Levi Fish definitely fits that bill. She's dedicated over a decade of her life to advocating for newborn screening of rare diseases. The mother of 2 children affected by a rare disease, Jill did not walk away after her children were finally diagnosed. Many people might have been satisfied to simply reach the end of a 3-year diagnostic journey to save their children and return to their lives, but Jill wanted to work to make sure that others did not have to go through what she and her family did. She began fighting for all families and has been an instrumental part in the advancements and improvements in newborn screening. The list of her achievements, efforts, and advocacy is significant. As president of SBTS, Save Babies Through Screening Foundation, a position she's held since 2006, Jill works tirelessly and endlessly, both behind the scenes and in the forefront, to advance the cause of newborn screening. She was intimately involved in the writing and passage of the Newborn Screening Saves Lives Act. She made frequent trips to our nation's capital to meet with representatives and senators to rally support. She developed and initiated a successful grassroots letter-writing campaign to Congress. And when it passed, she worked to help lead, her work helped lead to the Secretary Advisory Committee on Heritable Disorders in Newborns and Children Committee, recommending to all states that letters be sent out to parents advising them of the existence of newborn screening. But she did not stop there. She has continued to advocate for families, participating in countless workshops, conferences, committees, lectures, and meetings. From serving on boards and a follow-up subcommittee to being a longtime member of the New York Mid-Atlantic Consortium, Jill has never slowed down. She's been a very vocal and well-respected leader within the rare disease community. She is a champion of hope in every sense of the word. So, thank you so much for everything that you do.
Boy, for a minute I thought they were talking about somebody else. Thank you so much to everyone at Global Genes for this incredibly humbling honor. I also want to say thank you to my colleagues and mentors who have been incredible to me and taught me so much over the years. Most importantly, I want to thank my family for their never-ending support, including my husband, who's here today and has put up with my running around and all my craziness. Getting an award from such an incredible organization has tremendous meaning for me, not only as an advocate, but as a member of the rare disease community myself. My advocacy journey began with the birth of our youngest child, who exhibited puzzling symptoms from birth. From there, my husband and I began our almost 3-year diagnostic odyssey, doctor to doctor, to one state and then another. We traveled looking for answers. Upon finally receiving a diagnosis at the Mayo Clinic, I came to the realization that had he been born in another state, we would have known about his disorder shortly after birth, as his disorder was in fact detectable through newborn screening. His diagnosis led to the diagnosis of our older son. The diagnosis came as a shock to me. I had considered myself an aware mother and received all tests offered during my pregnancy, but there was never a word mentioned about newborn screening. The experience really changed me as a person. From then on, I could not see a baby on the street without wondering if that baby had comprehensive newborn screening. I knew this was a fight I could take on and do whatever it took to help save the lives of our most vulnerable. Armed with the knowledge of newborn screening, I began to advocate for babies everywhere, starting with my home state of New York. My advocacy began in earnest over a decade ago with a letter to Governor Pataki, then our governor of New York. Unsatisfied with his response, I set out to effect change. I became involved with Save Babies in 2003 and accepted the title of president in 2005. I eventually took the fight to the federal level, as mentioned before, culminating with the passage of the Newborn Screening Saves Lives Act in 2008. Since I started my advocacy work, I have seen newborn screening change tremendously. That said, we still have so much to fight for. To that end, we will continue to advocate for all babies all over the world. The fact that I am receiving this award in September is so fitting because it is Newborn Screening Awareness Month. So if I leave you with one thought today, let it be this: a baby's health should not be determined by the state or nation in which he or she is born. Let's endeavor to create a world where all babies have the healthy start they so richly deserve. Thank you.